Chapter 91 Cousin Arrives. Xu Jingming should have broken through the first level, right? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Originally, Song Qiuyun planned to explore the answer to this question during the morning discussion, but Xu Jingming was too strong and she couldn't find any clues at all, but she was really curious, so she took the opportunity of inviting him to dinner to ask directly. But if this involves some secrets of yours, there's no need to tell me. I'm just curious. Song Qiuyun added another sentence. He made it clear that he was not deliberately exploring Xu Jingming's privacy. The breath of a ferocious beast. Your perception is quite keen. Xu Jingming smiled slightly and did not hide it. Maybe it's because I absorbed the essence and blood of ferocious beasts to practice combat skills. In fact, he himself realized this problem after entering the wilderness area. Generally speaking, low-level beasts with insufficient intelligence, after seeing humans, they will directly attack regardless of the level gap. However, when Xu Jingming was in the wilderness area, he felt the fear of him from some ferocious beasts more than once. This is the emotion that a low-level ferocious beast will produce after sensing the aura of a high-level ferocious beast. Absorbing the essence and blood of ferocious beasts. That's it. Song Qiuyun suddenly realized what he said. Some combat skills do require absorbing the essence and blood of vicious beasts. From this point of view, the same is true for Yang Zhentian's famous S-level physical training combat skill, Thunder Immortal Body. The biggest doubt in her heart was solved. Song Qiuyun was in a happy mood and handed over the menu with a smile. Come on, do whatever you want, and it'll be all on me. Then I'm welcome. Xu Jingming said with a smile. You're welcome, just one meal, can you make me poor? Song Qiuyun said with a smile. With the assets she controls, she can buy the entire restaurant without any problem. Although he said he was not polite, Xu Jingming only ordered about 30,000 dishes. It's just that the portions are calculated based on 11 people, 10 portions for him and 1 portion for Song Qiuyun. After placing the order, the dishes were served quickly, and the two began to chat while eating. Speaking of which, your halberd technique has reached an advanced level. Why don't you go to the Weapons Academy and instead choose the Dean of the Elements Academy to be your teacher? My family has already arranged a melee teacher for me, so I want to choose an elemental instructor. I see, then you are planning to take a dual approach to combat magic. Although it comes from the family of the great master, but Song Qiuyun didn't have the temper of a young lady at all. Instead, she was lively and cute. What surprised Xu Jingming even more was that Song Qiuyun ate the dishes for 3 people alone. Although it can't compare with him, among the group of superpowers, this appetite is already very large, but looking at Song Qiuyun's perfect figure, which was convex and curvy, Xu Jingming couldn't help but sigh in his heart. This is an innate talent, the flesh grows where it should. After dinner, Song Qiuyun was going to the city center with her best friend Qi Dongxia, and invited Xu Jingming to come with them, but Xu Jingming, who had already been there once, was naturally not very interested in it. After politely declining, he returned to the training room of the villa to conduct training on superpower training methods, physical fitness, and combat skills. In the afternoon, I went out to have dinner with Lu Wentao, and then continued training when I came back, just like that. It was after 2 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. Xu Jingming just changed into casual clothes, left the villa, and was going to pick up his cousin Tang Qi at the Shanghai High-Speed Railway Station. Shanghai High-Speed Rail Station, air travel is not safe as there are birds and beasts flying across the sky from time to time. Therefore, most people choose to travel by high-speed rail, as the most important transportation hub in Magic City. The Magic City High-Speed Railway Station is full of people coming and going all the time. Due to the large number of people, it was a mixed bag. In the high-speed rail station, there is also a team of superpowers responsible for security patrolling. Back and forth. The G103 train from Jiangqing to Shanghai is about to arrive at the station. Please pay attention to safety and get off the train in an orderly manner. The G103 train from Jiangqing to Shanghai is about to arrive at the station. Please pay attention to safety and get off the train in an orderly manner. A gentle voice reminder sounded on the radio, and another high-speed train arrived at the station, accompanied by the noisy sound. Passengers and students carrying suitcases or backpacks poured out of the train. Magic City. Here we are. Ha, let's have some fun this time. Mom! Look over there, what are those badges? They are so beautiful. Those are the school emblems of different universities in Shanghai. Is that so? Then I will also take the entrance exam to a university in Shanghai. Some tourists and students who arrived in Shanghai for the first time looked around excitedly. Today is August 31st, the registration day for freshmen in major colleges and universities. At the high-speed rail station, various universities have naturally set up pickup points. Each pickup point has the name of the respective school and its school emblem. Among them, the Magic City University of Supernatural Power is one of the top universities. It attracts the most attention with its extremely gorgeous sword, thorns and roses school emblem. Along with the flow of people, there were 2 women, 1 man, and 3 young people around the age of 18. While talking to each other, they dragged their suitcases off the train. The girl in the middle is tall and has a cold appearance. Under the short shorts, a pair of straight legs were white and shining. It attracted slightly sideways glances from the surrounding pedestrians. The other girl next to her was petite and had a cute face, looking around curiously. As for the last boy, he has short hair and handsome appearance. The one in the middle is Tang Qi. The 2 people on the left and right are Meng Di and Zhou Mingyang. The 3 of them were all students in the rocket class of Jiangqing No. 1 High School, and they were also admitted to universities here in Shanghai. As expected of a top university, even the school badge is more gorgeous than our school. Zhou Mingyang glanced at the high-speed rail station where the reception points for freshmen from various colleges and universities were set up, and couldn't help but sigh. He and Meng Di were both admitted to Jing'an University of Supernatural Powers. Although Jing'an University of Supernatural Powers is also located in Shanghai University City, however, its ranking in the national university rankings is much higher than that of Linjiang University of Superpowers where Tang Qi is located. This is also normal. After all, he and Meng Di were ranked 2nd in Jiangqing and 4th in Jiangqing. Tang Qi was only the 12th in Jiangqing. Of course, the one who rose from Jiangqing like a comet, Xu Jingming, who finally won the top prize in Jiangnan province, was nothing compared to the Magic University of Superpowers he studied in. Thinking of this, he couldn't help but ask Tang Qi beside him. Xu Jingming will really come to pick us up. He really knows how to pick me up. He told me all about it on his cell phone. Tang Qi rolled her eyes. It wasn't that she was impatient, but Zhou Mingyang had already asked him no less than 7 or 8 times while on the high-speed train. As for why this is the case, the reason is also very simple. After Xu Jingming won the provincial champion in Jiangnan province and received this great honor that had never belonged to Guizhou city before, almost all middle and high school students in the city regard him as a role model and idol. Even Zhou Mingyang, who had competed with him at the same test center, was no exception. I remember that Xu Jingming registered for school a few days after the results were announced, right? He has been in school for more than 2 months. How much improvement do you think he will make? At this time, Meng Di on the side asked curiously. Xu Jingming has S-level powers, and the training method given to him by the school must be the best. 2 months should be enough time to become a first-level superpower. After thinking for a moment, Zhou Mingyang replied. It's pretty much what I thought. It should be at the lower or middle level of the first level. Meng Di nodded. Tang Qi on the side did not speak when he heard this. Having become accustomed to the miracles created by Xu Jingming, she always felt that things would not be as simple as they imagined. Chapter 92 turns out to be the second level. The 3 Shocking Cousins. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sister Qi, just as the 3 of them were secretly speculating, with a smiling voice, a young man squeezed out of the crowd and appeared in the sight of the 3 people. This young man is tall and calm, wearing a simple black t-shirt and trousers. It was Xu Jingming who came from the school. Seeing her cousin Xu Jingming appear in front of her, Tang Qi was slightly startled and didn't react immediately. Sister Qi, I haven't seen you for more than 2 months, and you can't even recognize your cousin. Xu Jingming half-jokingly took the suitcase from her hand. Only then did Tang Qi react. Her pretty face turned slightly red, and she quickly denied. No, I just didn't expect you to change so much and didn't react. She was telling the truth. 2 months ago, Xu Jingming won the provincial champion in Jiangnan province, but both in appearance and temperament, he is a bit immature, and you can tell at a glance that he is a high school student, but Xu Jingming is completely different now. His body is much stronger and taller than before, even the aura is very calm, vaguely exuding a faint sense of oppression from the superior. Facing Xu Jingming like this, Tang Qi seemed to have seen those powerful mentors of superpowers in high school, unconsciously restrained. Obviously more than 2 months ago, this was not the case. A lot has indeed happened in the past 2 months. Xu Jingming nodded and didn't explain much. At this time, Zhou Mingyang next to him smiled and said hello. Xu de Zhuanyuan, long time no see. Yesterday on the phone, Xu Jingming learned from her cousin Tang Qi that she would go to the Magic City with Zhou Mingyang and another girl from the same school. Therefore, he was not surprised by Zhou Mingyang's appearance. Xu Jingming also had some affection for Zhou Mingyang, whom he had met during the martial arts college entrance examination and wanted to help him because he was worried that he would not be able to deal with the ferocious beast. So, facing Zhou Mingyang's teasing, Xu Jingming smiled and replied. Light wind sword Zhou Mingyang, long time no see. That I heard Xu Jingming mention the title Qingfeng sword. Zhou Mingyang's face suddenly turned red as if he had been exposed to dark history, and he quickly begged for mercy. Xu Jingming couldn't help but smile when he saw this. Okay, then I will just call you by your name from now on. In order to increase the gimmick of the martial arts college entrance examination, various provinces and cities often give various titles to local talented candidates. Such a title will almost become a black history after the martial arts college entrance examination is over. Hello, I am Meng Di, who is in the same class as Tang Qi, Zhou Mingyang, and I could clearly see your wonderful performance in the core area in the examination room. Meng Di also stepped in. While introducing himself, he extended his right hand. At the same time, she looked at Xu Jingming with unabashed passion. After not seeing each other for more than 2 months, Xu Jingming, who had risen like a comet, turned out to be much more handsome and powerful. It turns out you were also on the roof at that time. Xu Jingming smiled and shook hands with her. When he was in the core area, he spotted several drones hovering on the rooftops of buildings in the distance. I thought that Zhou Mingyang should be among them, but I didn't expect that Meng Di was also one of them. Let's go, let's talk while we walk. After the introduction, Xu Jingming, who was half the host, led the 3 of them out together. Everyone is from Jiangcheng, and they have all taken exams at the same exam center. There are many topics to talk about, and there will be no awkward silence. After a while, everyone became familiar with each other. As for cousin Tang Qi, she gradually lost her restraint and would occasionally laugh like a silver bell when talking about interesting topics. At the Shanghai high-speed railway station, various colleges and universities have arranged buses to take freshmen directly to the school. But now that Xu Jingming is here, everyone will naturally not spread out and take buses from different schools. So, after walking out of the Moda high-speed railway station, the 4 of them took a taxi on the side of the road and headed straight to the Moda University town. Speaking of which, when we got off the high-speed train, we were just guessing your level. Looking at it now, Jingming, you should be on the first level. Her personal trainer is a first-level mid-range psychic. Xu Jingming's aura is stronger than that of her personal trainer, so he should be at the top level. At the same time, she felt a little proud. Sure enough, my cousin was not as simple as he thought. You're on the first level. It's worthy of being a top university. The speed of training is incredible. Zhou Mingyang and Meng Di also looked envious at the same time. Before the martial arts college entrance examination, they spent a lot of effort to advance to the lower level of the first level. 2 months have passed, and their levels have barely improved. Maybe Jingming has transformed from an awakened person into a first-level high-level superpower. How can they not be envious of this? Certainly, they also know that in addition to the school's training, this is also inseparable from Xu Jingming's own efforts. First level of advancement. Xu Jingming, who was sitting in the passenger seat, was slightly startled, remembering that only a few people at the lower level of the first level were not mentally strong enough to accurately perceive the level. They smiled and explained. I broke through to the first level of high level a month ago, and now I am a second level of high level superpower. Xu Jingming has never hidden his level, whether in school or in front of his friends. After all, in the Magic City where there are many geniuses, you can get more resources only by showing your strength and potential. hiding your strength all the time and trying to make a splash at the critical moment is the stupidest thing to do. The real talent is to show off one's talents, compete with other geniuses on the same stage, vowing to trample others under your feet. People who are keen on pretending to be pigs and eating tigers will easily turn into a pig after pretending to be pigs for a long time, although according to common sense, his promotion breakthrough speed is somewhat ridiculously fast. There is almost no precedent for this. But so what? He is an S-level awakened person who has been rare in Daxia for several years. What happened to his fast cultivation speed? In the back seat of the taxi, cousin Tang Chi and the other three were stunned when they heard this second-level ascend. You know, the director of Jiangqing Education Bureau is only the second-level middle-ranking official. Only 2 months have passed, and Xu Jingming is already stronger than the director of the Education Bureau. Did we hear it wrong or did he say it wrong? So, cousin Tang Chi couldn't help but ask, Jingming, are you really a second-level leader? Xu Jingming smiled slightly and said nothing. He raised his right hand directly, and a wisp of thunder arc danced slightly on his fingertips. This lightning arc was extremely weak and tiny, as if it might go out at any time. But the three people in the back seat invariably felt an extremely dangerous aura from this wisp of thunder and lightning. Goosebumps stood up all over his body, and there was faint sweat on his forehead. This is the body's instinctive response to a fatal threat. More importantly, Xu Jingming's aura was exposed. Astonishingly, he was several times stronger than the second-level commander who was outside the martial arts college entrance examination center. This aura is indeed the second level. Tang Chi, Zhou Mingyang and Meng Di all had expressions of shock and amazement on their faces at the same time. Chapter 93. My goal is second place. The soft Song Qiuyun. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In Jiang City, where superpowers are rare, second-level superpowers can create their own private martial arts schools and start a family of superpowers. Zhou Mingyang's father is a second-level mid-level psychic. In fact, Zhou Mingyang's biggest goal is to reach the second level by the time he graduates from college. Tang Chi and Meng Di more or less have the same idea. If you can reach the second level before graduation, you will be considered a high-ranking person. However, Xu Jingming, who had not seen each other for more than 2 months, accomplished a goal that they might not have been able to accomplish in 4 years. Why aren't they shocked? After a long while, cousin Tang Chi said with emotion. Jingming, if you return to Jiangqing to take up a post now, I'm afraid the director of the Education Bureau will have to give up your position. Certainly, she also knew it in her heart. Many positions in Jiangqing that they would never have access to in their lifetime are within easy reach for Xu Jingming. Moreover, the other party doesn't even like it. By the way, should we ask for an autograph in advance? Otherwise, when Xu Jingming becomes a grandmaster in the future, we won't be able to get it. Zhou Mingyang made a joke, and Meng Di on the side also echoed. That's right. If you collect it and wait for more than 10 years, you might be able to sell it for a high price. If you want, I can write to you later. Xu Jingming did not refuse the jokes from his friends and nodded with a smile. The scenery outside the window flew by quickly, and various jokes and laughter sounded from time to time in the car, but when Zhou Mingyang and others in the back seat looked at Xu Jingming, there was a vague emotion in their eyes. They knew that Xu Jingming, who had S-level powers and had won the first prize in Jiangnan province, would soar into the sky after entering the Magic City University of Powers. I didn't expect that this day would come so quickly. After arriving at the Magic City University City with his cousin Tang Chi, Xu Jingming took them to Qinyaju for lunch, then they were sent to their respective schools. Jingming, go back. I can just go in and report myself. At the gate of Linjiang University for the ability, where people were coming and going, cousin Tang Chi was holding her suitcase and waving goodbye. The Jingyan University of Supernatural Powers where Zhou Mingyang and Meng Di were located was closer, and they had been sent to the school just now. Okay, Sister Chi, just contact me on the phone if you need anything later. Xu Jingming nodded. After picking up my cousin, it's time to go back and continue training. There are 5 colleges and universities with special powers in the Demon City University City. They are the Magic City University of Supernatural Power, Jingyan University of Supernatural Power, Linjiang University of Supernatural Power, Zhejiang University of Supernatural Power and Jinchang University of Supernatural Power. The registration time for freshmen at these 5 universities is August 30th and August 31st. As for the opening ceremony, each university holds it at different times. The opening ceremony of the Magic City University of Supernatural Power will be held on September 1st at 9 a.m. The location is Playground Number 3 of the University of Magic, September 1st, 8:12 m, Villa 32, Student Dormitory 3, Training Room on the 2nd floor, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Xu Jingming was naked from the waist up, surrounded by thunder from the purple sky, accompanied by the sound of the air being torn apart. The dark cloud blast gun in his hand stabbed out one after another like a phantom. Xu Jingming's muscles are not as scary as those of extreme fitness enthusiasts, but are very well proportioned. Every time the gun is fired, these well-proportioned muscles will tighten slightly, showing an ultimate sense of strength. Such a physique is definitely the best figure that countless young girls long for. Brother Ming, it's almost time to gather. Lu Wentao's shouts came from downstairs. Coming. Xu Jingming replied and went to the bathroom to take a quick shower. Then he put on his battle clothes, slung the dark cloud blast gun behind his back, and walked down the 2nd floor. The freshman group was informed last night that after the opening ceremony there will be a freshman competition. Therefore, every new student needs to wear equipment to attend the opening ceremony. Downstairs, Lu Wentao also put on his equipment, and the two walked out of the villa together. Dormitory Area 3 accommodates more than 1,000 freshmen from the current class of Magic University, so, when Xu Jingming and Lu Wentao walked out of the villa, there are already many freshmen wearing combat uniforms and carrying weapons walking on the road outside. It is different from the automatic allocation of colleges and classes after admission to ordinary colleges and universities. The Magic City University of Supernatural Powers requires a freshman competition before you can choose a college. At present, apart from one freshman group, the current freshmen do not have a college group or a class group. Therefore, they are not very familiar with each other. Most of them are in dormitories, walking in pairs. On the way, Xu Jingming also met Song Qiuyun and Qi Dongxia, who were also heavily armed. However, unlike last time, Song Qiuyun was wearing a light black battle suit this time. This made Xu Jingming sigh secretly. As expected of a rich woman, she wears expensive battle clothes just like ordinary clothes. As for the exaggerated Fong Tian painted halberd that I saw last time, it is still placed in the space ring. Qi Dongxia, who was next to Song Qiuyun, was also wearing a battle suit, but the weapons she carried were a pair of sharp alloy claws. The weapons you two have are different from those of ordinary girls. Xu Jingming said with a smile. Most girls would choose long swords or daggers as weapons, and very few even choose broadswords. Even if you choose sword weapons, they are all slender and beautiful tang knives. The rough-looking broadsword has never been liked by them. As for Song Qiuyun and Qi Dongxia, Fong Tian's painted halberd and the alloy claw are very rare weapons among girls. Haven't you heard of it? The weirder the style, the faster you win. This time my goal is to be in the top 50 in the freshman competition. The quirky Qi Dongxia giggled. Song Qiuyun on the side also said with a smile, and the smile that bloomed on her pretty face also made many male students on the road look at her in amazement. Second place in the competition. What? You don't want to fight me again? Xu Jingming immediately became happy when he heard this. He was simply convinced. You can't beat me anyway, so why ask for trouble? As the #1 scholar in Sichuan province, Song Qiuyun was not embarrassed at all. Xu Jingming possesses S-level powers, and his level has reached an astonishing 2nd level. The first place in the freshman competition is definitely his. Certainly, if she hadn't played against Xu Jingming beforehand, she might have tried it in the freshman competition. But since she had already been crushed once in the last sparring session, there was no need for her to be crushed a second time. She's not a masochist. On the side, Lu Wentao, who is also from Sichuan province, was shocked when he heard this. Is this the same talented girl who suppressed the geniuses of the entire Sichuan province in the past? How could he be so docile? However, with Xu Jingming's current strength, it is difficult for others to have any thoughts of resistance. Thinking of this, Lu Wentao couldn't help but smile and said, with your strength, Sister Yun, it's basically no problem to win 2nd place in the freshman competition. According to the information I currently have, among the freshmen of our current class, only you, Brother Ming, and Li Qingji have reached the second level. Li Qingji sounds fierce, but in fact he is not that strong. Sister Yun, you should be able to crush him easily. Li Qingji. Is this the #1 scholar in Qinghai province you mentioned on the phone last time? Xu Jingming raised his eyebrows. Song Qiuyun was able to break through to the second level so quickly because she had a powerful family behind her to support her. It shouldn't be easy for Li Qingji to advance to the second level before Song Qiuyun. That's right. It's him. Lu Wentao nodded. This guy has already arrogantly said that he is the newbie king of this class, but this is based on the fact that he is the only second level among the freshmen. He must have never imagined that Brother Ming and Sister Yun, both of you, have broken through to the second level. You can't be so full of words. You still have to see Li Qingji's strength in the freshman competition. Song Qiuyun did not let down her guard at all. Certainly, she also has her own pride. In this freshman competition, she will not lose to anyone except Xu Jingming. Chapter 94. All parties gathered. 2 top clubs. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There are 4 playgrounds in the Magic City University of Supernatural Abilities. Among them, playground number 3 is the largest one. There is not only a huge 1000 x 1000 arena in the middle of the playground, but there are also auditoriums around it that can accommodate tens of thousands of people. At this time, playground number 3, before Xu Jingming and the other freshmen arrived, there were already many people sitting in the auditorium, including teachers and seniors. I heard that there is a famous S-level awakened person among the freshmen in this class. I don't know if it is true or not. It should be true. It seems that he has been accepted as a disciple by King Yang of Hell. King Yang has very high standards for accepting disciples. He usually doesn't accept disciples before the freshman competition. It seems like this is true. S-level power awakener. I remember that the last S-level power awakener in our school was several years ago, right? Yes, it's just that he is an S-class psychic awakener. He went to the Tactics Academy. After graduation, he went to the Grand Guild to serve as a commander. This time he is an S-class of the Thunder and Lightning system. Thunder type. Isn't this a proper power attack? It seems that this freshman competition will be very interesting. Hey, last year we fought hard in this arena, and this time it's finally our turn to watch. In the audience, many seniors were discussing in low voices, looking forward to this freshman competition. After all, there have been no new S-level awakened students admitted to the Magic City University of Superpowers for several years. Xian, I didn't expect you to be interested in the freshman competition. I thought you didn't like to watch this kind of competition. In the corner of the auditorium, 2 girls had just sat down. One of the 2 girls, a girl, has a cold appearance, a slim figure, and has long silver white hair that reaches her waist. It was Jiang Chuxian who returned to school with Xu Jingming a few days ago. Facing his roommate's slightly surprised inquiry, Jiang Chuxian didn't explain much, just chuckled and said, I just wanted to come over and confirm something. Seeing is believing. Although she already understood Xu Jingming's identity from the school forum, she still wanted to see it live, in the audience, apart from those watching the excitement, and students like Jiang Chuxian who came to watch the game with personal purposes. The various clubs at the Magic City University of Supernatural Talents are recruiting new members, and they are all gearing up and eager to try. According to the agreement of the club alliance, the recruitment of new recruits to the club must wait until the freshman competition before it can be carried out uniformly. This group of them is just waiting for the freshman competition to end and absorb new blood into their club. Listen clearly, our best target is the top 50 freshmen in the freshman competition. Of course, if there are good prospects who perform well during the competition, we can also absorb them. In the Linghu Club, Suman, the vice president in charge of this recruitment task, is giving instructions to the members. As an elite society, their first goal is naturally a provincial champion like Xu Jingming. Of course, freshmen who compare favorably with the top 50 students or students who perform well, are also their targets. At this time, a group of 5 people walked into the auditorium chatting and laughing, and sat down not far from the Linghu Club, seeing the tall and thin young man at the head. Suman couldn't help but frown slightly. Wu Yuan from the Meteor Society. Why is he here too? In addition to Suman, the new members of other clubs were also a little surprised when they noticed the young man at the head. There are hundreds of clubs, large and small, in the Magic City University of Supernatural Powers. There are many elite societies similar to Linghu, however, when it comes to which clubs are powerful in the Magic City Superpower University, the Meteor Star Club is definitely one of them. The Meteorite Society does not have many members, with less than 200 people, but every member is an elite among the elite. Except for the new students they absorb, they are all at least in the second level. The position of vice president can only be held by level 3 peak superpowers. The president of the Meteorite Society has reached an astonishing 4th level. And the tall, thin young man named Wu Yuan just now is the president of the Meteor Club. Look over there, people from the Ashes Society are here too. Hey, that can't be Wei He, the president of the Ashes Society, right? That's him. But isn't he out on a mission? Why is he back? Accompanied by bursts of low shouts, a group of 6 people walked up from the other direction of the auditorium. The leader was a young man wearing black attire with a terrifying and bloodthirsty aura surrounding him. The president of the Ashes Society is here too. Suman was also a little surprised. Almost all the high-level combat power in the entire school is divided between these two clubs. Like the Falling Star Society, the vice president of the Ashes Society also requires a 3rd-level peak person to serve as vice president. For example, Lu Ming is the vice president of the Ashes Society, and the other party's president, Wei He, is also a 4th-level superpower. Generally speaking, 4th-level superpower users almost never stay in school to attend classes, but spend a long time outside performing tasks. They are rarely seen in school, but now, the 4th-level bosses of the two societies are gathered together at the same time. Things are definitely not simple. That's right. Xu Jingming, the S-level awakened person. Suman's beautiful eyes lit up and she quickly understood the reason, and at the same time she couldn't help but sigh slightly. The Ashes Club and the Meteor Club are the 2 top clubs in the Demon University. If the other party arranges for ordinary recruitment of new personnel, their Linghu Club might be able to compete for this rare S-level awakened person. But now the heads of the 2 major societies have personally led their teams, making it clear that they will recruit Xu Jingming at all costs. Their Spirit Fox Club, in the eyes of ordinary students, is an elite club with a 3rd-level high-level superpower as its president, but in front of the 2 major societies, Meteorite and Ashes, it was simply not enough. Forget it, let's try to win the top prize in other provinces later. Shaking his head, Suman made a quick decision. It is different from the disappointment of recruiting new members of a society like Suman. Other viewers were full of interest in the arrival of these 2 top clubs in the school. The Ashes Society or the Meteor Society, I don't know which one Xu Jingming, the S-level awakened person, will choose. I heard that the parent guild of the Ashes Society suffered heavy losses some time ago, and it seems that the Ashes Society has also been affected a lot. It seems like Xu Jingming will choose the Meteor Club. It's not necessarily true. Xu Jingming's senior brother Lu Ming is the vice president of the Ashes Club. He might still choose to join the Ashes Club. As a top university, the clubs of Magic University are naturally more than just student groups. Behind almost all elite societies, there are forces from society providing assistance. For example, behind the Meteorite Society is the huge Meteorite Guild. And behind the Ashes Society stands the behemoth of the Ashes Guild. But the Ashes Guild suffered a heavy blow some time ago, losing most of its combat personnel, leaving only the support staff at the base camp. The Ashes Guild is the backer of the Ashes Society. Now that the Ashes Guild is severely weakened, the Ashes Club's influence in the school has also dropped sharply. Compared with the well-established Meteor Star Guild and Meteor Star Society, it is naturally much weaker. Chapter 95 Fair. There is no fairness in Magic University. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Along with the discussions among the old students in the audience, freshmen entered the playground one after another. Xu Jingming and Song Qiuyun also walked in at this time. This is the arena. Xu Jingming was shocked when he looked at the giant arena with a length of 1,000 meters and a width of 1,000 meters. Good guy, even though there is a lot of school space, it can't be built like this, right? I heard my teacher say before that the freshman competition will have a melee of 100 people, so it's normal for the arena to be bigger. Song Qiuyun smiled lightly. A melee with 100 people? That really requires a bigger arena. Xu Jingming suddenly realized the teacher took his senior brother out to heal his injuries, so he had no place to ask about the format of the freshman competition. The current competition system for the freshman competition can be described as a black eye. Let's go to the rostrum. The opening ceremony will naturally not be held in the arena. There is an open space in front of the podium, where the freshmen gather. When Xu Jingming and Song Qiuyun walked over, there were almost 500 to 600 fully armed freshmen in the open space. On the rostrum not far ahead, teachers were already seated, except for Yang Jintian, the dean of the Weapons Academy, who was not present. The deans of the other 4 academies were all present. In addition, teachers are seated separately according to different departments. Unlike teachers like Song Qiuyun who are responsible for admissions work, these tutors are all at least level 6 or above. There is a separate seat reserved at the front of the rostrum, but it is still empty. Since there are no separate colleges and classes, there are no specific areas on the open space. Xu Jingming and Song Qiuyun casually found an open space to stand, waiting for the opening ceremony to begin. As the number of students on the podium continues to increase, the time soon came to 9 o'clock. It was at this time, buzz, a soft sound suddenly sounded. The freshmen looked up and saw the top of the podium. The space seemed to be suddenly split open, forming a door. Next moment, there is a touch of majesty on the deserted and beautiful face. This is a space power. Is she the vice principal who is in charge of the combat skills library? Xu Jingming, who was in the open space, was secretly frightened and immediately deduced the identity of the other party. I just didn't expect that the vice principal was so young. Judging from his appearance, he looks like he is only 25 or 6 years old. Certainly, people with superpowers have strong bodies and slow down their aging process. The age estimated based on their appearance is actually inaccurate, but you can be sure that the age of the vice principal will never exceed 40 years old. Facing this beautiful woman who suddenly appeared, the freshmen were more or less surprised, but not many people were talking loudly in the open space, and it was even quieter than before. After all, those who can get into the Magic City University of Supernatural Powers are not fools. Talking about the other party under the eyes of such a strong man, isn't this looking for death? The woman in red is standing barefoot in the air, her red dress is fluttering, and her long hair is scattered in the wind. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ling Xuang. I am one of the 3 vice principals of the school. I am usually responsible for guarding the combat skills library. Since the principal is not at the school, the other 2 vice principals also have important matters to attend to. Therefore, I will host this opening ceremony for freshmen. The woman in red spoke coldly, her voice echoing throughout the playground. First of all, welcome to the Magic City University of Superpowers. There are 1,024 freshmen in your class, including 6 provincial champions. There are 56 people with A-level abilities, 832 people with B-level abilities, and 135 people with C and D-level abilities. In addition, there is an extremely rare S-level awaken person. Having said this, Xu Jingming below felt that the vice principal named Ling Xuang glanced at him. Prior to this, freshmen and old students had learned on the student forum that among the freshmen admitted this time, there were S-level awakened ones. Ling Xuang's voice in mid-air was clear. It has been 213 years since the establishment of the University of Magic. In these 213 years, we have not only trained future masters, grand masters, and even martial saints. And it has also cultivated a large number of high-level superpowers. It can be said that after being admitted to the University of Magic, as long as you work hard, you will always find your own world, and with your joining, the Magic University will become even more brilliant. Vice Principal Ling Xuang's voice was relatively cold, but the freshmen on the playground were still excited when they heard it. 7th level Grandmaster. The 8th level Grandmaster. 9th level Martial Saint. This is their ultimate goal. In order to make you better and stronger, the school will distribute resources based on your ratings every school year. There are 5 grades in total, ranging from D to S. Each grade has a different number of resources available per school year. there is an opportunity to change the rating in the freshman competition and the competition at the end of each school year. After a pause, Ling Shuang continued, In addition to these free resources, schools also have resources that need to be met to obtain them. For example, there are 4 lists in the combat power list from level 1 to level 4. As long as you enter a higher ranking in the combat power list, you can also obtain a large amount of resources. In addition, you should all know the importance of credits. 1 credit is equivalent to 10,000 daxia coins. In our school, only credits are recognized, not daxia coins. Credits can be obtained by completing tasks or climbing the combat rankings. I will just briefly outline these related contents here for those who want to know more about them. After the classes are divided into equal classes, just ask the counselor of each class. The rating system, the credit system, the combat power list, the mission system. I feel like the competition in Magic University is so great, someone among the freshmen sighed in a low voice. Indeed, just listening to these brief descriptions makes me feel a heavy pressure. Yeah, it's better to cancel these systems, which would be fairer to us. Someone complained. Fair? The aura belonging to the 8th level Grand Master exploded, and the red clothes rustled, the hair was flying behind him, and the strong sense of oppression made the entire playground fall into silence. When did I say that Magic University is fair? Ling Shuang said word by word, and at the same time, his eyes slowly glanced downwards. Every freshman who came into contact with her gaze felt as if they were stabbed by nails. They quickly lowered their heads, not daring to look directly at her. We are a top university and the country invests a lot of resources in us every year. It's not that we want to cultivate a group of first and second level ordinary superpowers, rather, it is about cultivating top warriors who have the potential to be powerful and can shock one party in the future. The birth of a strong man must go through rigorous competition. Whether it's credits, combat skills secrets or practice resources, you all need to fight for and grab them. Fairness is the comfort zone of the weak, and there has never been fairness in Magic University. The strong take all is the norm. After Vice Principal Ling Shuang finished speaking, some freshmen fell into silence. Obviously, the somewhat cruel competition system of the University of Magic exceeded their expectations. However, there are also many freshmen with shining eyes and high morale, and Xu Jingming is one of them. With such a competition mechanism, it seems that I am in the right place for this Magic University. Xu Jingming couldn't help but nod secretly. Indeed, only such a system can cultivate top experts. It would be the stupidest thing to do if resources were distributed equally to every student. Certainly, the school does not give up on other less gifted students. The fixed resources allocated each academic year based on ratings are enough for these students to improve. Chapter 96 Generous Rewards in the Competition. Li Chengzhi seeks death. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fairness? Where can there be so much fairness in the world? When we go to the battlefield in the future, should we ask those high-level ferocious beasts to attack those with the same level of superpowers instead of you? Isn't this funny? On the rostrum, Song Qiuyun, the dean of the School of Elements, couldn't help but shake his head slightly. This idea is really too naive. Isn't this the case for all freshmen? After a year, no, only half a year, they will understand. A teacher said with a smile. In short, in our school, you'd better not have the idea of hiding your strength. The stronger you are, the more resources you can get from the school. That's it for the introduction to the school system. Next, I will focus on the freshman competition that will be held later. Freshman competition. Seeing Ling Shuang mention the important point, all the freshmen on the playground became attentive. This freshman competition is divided into 2 stages. The first stage is a melee of 100 people, the venue is the arena behind you. During the battle, the artificial intelligence EVA will be responsible for counting the number of enemies defeated by each person. In the end, the 5 who defeated the most enemies advance to the second stage of the game. There are 10 rounds in the first stage, and the 50 people who advance to the second stage will be ranked according to the number of enemies defeated. After the total ranking is arranged, each person has 3 opportunities to challenge. If the challenge is successful, he can replace the opponent's ranking. Ling Shuang said slowly, the rewards for this freshman competition are arranged like this. the first place can get a space ring with a capacity of 10 cubic meters, an A-level practice resource, and 1,000 credits. Second place will receive an A-level battle suit, a B-level training resource, and 900 credits. Third place will receive a B-level battle suit, a B-level training resource, and 800 credits. These are the rewards for the top 3. I won't go into details about the rewards for other rankings. Hearing these awards, the freshmen on the playground suddenly became excited. A 10 cubic meter large capacity space ring. How much does it cost? Superficial. You can't buy this with money. Speaking of which, this space ring was probably made by the vice principal using his own space power, right? Does it contain her body fragrance? Damn it. There's a pervert here. Anyone with a discerning eye can see that the reward for first place is much more luxurious than that for second and third place. After all, you can't even buy a 10 cubic meter space ring with money. For freshmen like them, the rewards for second and third place are good enough. If converted into daxia coins, these rewards are worth at least tens of millions. As a result, many freshmen were eager to try, especially some of the provincial champions, whose eyes were shining. In addition, this freshman competition has the opportunity to change your rating authority. The top 50 students in the freshman competition will receive A-level permissions, the top 200 to 50 will receive B-level permissions, and the top 500 to 200 will receive C-level permissions. As for the remaining people, they have obtained D-level permissions. Ling Shuang's voice sounded again, but it caused some freshmen to ask doubts. The highest level can obtain A-level permission. What about S-level? Many freshmen know that Xu Jingming, an S-level power awakener, has S-level authority. S-level permissions are independently assessed by the school and will not appear in the freshman competition awards or the competition at the end of the school year. Ling Shuang said calmly, "Okay, that's all I have to say. This concludes the opening ceremony. I wish all students good results in the freshman competition. Dean Sun, the next step is left to you." Good. Sun Qingxue, the dean of the School of Elements on the podium, nodded slightly, stood up and walked to the front desk, and the red-clothed figure belonging to Vice Principal Ling Shuang immediately stepped into the void and disappeared. This made some of the male students below feel disappointed. Rest on the spot for 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, the freshman competition will officially begin. But before that, I want to remind you that all our deans and instructors will observe each of you's performance in the ring. Students who perform well will be accepted as exclusive disciples by the teachers, so please do your best. Sun Qingxue, the dean of the Elements Academy, is a middle-aged woman in her 40s. Compared with the coldness of Vice Principal Ling Shuang, her voice was much softer. It seems like we have to try our best this time. I hope a teacher will notice me, otherwise I will be in trouble in the future. Students who have exclusive tutors and students who do not have exclusive tutors have completely different levels of improvement in strength. Therefore, many freshmen are secretly working hard and preparing to give their best performance in the freshman competition that will be waiting for them later. Xu Jingming, Song Qiuyun, Lu Wentao, and Qi Dongxia had already found their own exclusive mentors during the summer vacation. Of course, there is no need to worry about this. In comparison, they still care more about competition rewards. The first place can actually get a 10 cubic meter space ring. The school is really generous. This was something Xu Jingming didn't expect. He was worried that the 2 1 cubic meter rings on his hands could not hold the spear, so the school just happened to send him a super large capacity space ring. Vice Principal Ling has space powers, and a 10 cubic meter space ring is nothing to her. Song Qiuyun, who had already taken out Fang Tian's painted halberd from the space ring, said with a smile. In fact, her family has a long-term cooperative relationship with a space power user. The space ring in her hand, with a capacity of up to 30 cubic meters, was made by the other party. That's right. Xu Jingming nodded slightly. 5 minutes passed quickly, and Sun Qingxue, the dean of the School of Elements, stood on the rostrum again. The first phase of the freshman competition is about to begin, so freshmen please get ready. On the playground, the freshmen who were still talking to each other suddenly became solemn. There are 10 rounds of competition in the first stage. Now we will draw the students who will compete in the first round. along with Dean Sun's voice, the holographic projection of the top artificial intelligence Eva appeared on the rostrum. It is still a cute little round ball, Eva. Among the freshmen in the playground below, more than 100 freshmen were selected. The students chosen by Eva are the students who will participate in the first round. Let's all go to the ring. More than 100 fully armed freshmen stepped onto the huge arena. Hey, this guy Li Qingji is also in the first round, Lu Wentao said in surprise. Xu Jingming followed his gaze and saw a young man standing on the ring. He has wild, long black hair and a strong, muscular build. Xu Jingming's height of 1.89 meters is considered tall, but the other party looks even taller than him. In addition, he also carries a blood-red sword, seems to be aware of the sight. Li Qingji turned around and saw that it was Xu Jingming. He smiled wantonly and made a provocative gesture of wiping his neck. This guy. Xu Jingming raised his eyebrows. He had heard Lu Wentao say before that Li Qingji was arrogant, but he didn't quite think so, but looking at it this way, it is indeed crazy. Song Qiuyun also saw this action. Her beautiful eyes flashed slightly, and her jade hands tightened the Fong Tian painted halberd in her hand. Lu Wentao on the side almost laughed out loud when he saw this. Good guy, it's not good to provoke anyone, you have to provoke the one you shouldn't provoke the most. Now it's okay, even the second person who can't be offended also has a grudge. I hope you won't be tortured too badly by Brother Ming and the others later. Lu Wentao couldn't help but mourn for this Qinghai provincial champion who committed suicide. Chapter 97. Xu Jingming comes on stage. The atmosphere that shocked the entire audience. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Before the game officially starts, I would like to emphasize again that you don't have to worry about death or injury if you shoot too hard. The top artificial intelligence Eva is monitoring the arena at all times. If there is a possibility of life-threatening danger, a protective shield will be automatically generated. And we also have a professional medical team, and the dean of the auxiliary college who has A-level healing powers is also here. As long as the head is not severed, it can be saved. After saying the last instructions, Dean's son waved his hand. Eva, get ready to start. Okay. Activate the energy defense shield. Along with Eva's lovely voice, a transparent energy wall like water waves rose around the edge of the huge arena. The energy wall closes up at the top, forming a huge cube energy shield. In this way, any aftermath of the attack will not affect the nearby auditorium. Everyone on the stage, please be prepared. 3, 2, 1, go. The moment "start" sounded, all the new students in the arena burst into life and used their own powers. The freshmen, who were originally normal, suddenly changed their style. Roar. There are superpowers who use enhanced beast-like powers. While their bodies are transformed into half-beasts, they roar like wild beasts. Rumble. There are also elemental superpowers, some of which are surrounded by flames, some are surrounded by water waves, some are condensed with earthen shields, and some are surrounded by wind blades whistling. In addition, there are also giants who have enlarged their bodies and are fighting with swords more than 2 meters long. There was also someone with his eyes slightly closed, but all the students who came within 5 meters of him fell down without exception. This is a powerful spiritual superpower. They are all geniuses from various provinces and cities who can enter the Magic City University of Superpowers, and the fighting movements they unleash are also extremely extraordinary. However, among this group of people, the most eye-catching one is undoubtedly Li Qingji, the provincial champion of Qinghai province. The aura of the second-level low-ranking person stood out on this arena as if he stood out from the crowd. Hiss, who is that? He has actually broken through to the second level. It seems to be Li Qingji, the provincial champion of Qinghai province. It turns out he is the provincial champion. No wonder. The freshmen on the playground were shocked and talking, and the old students in the surrounding audience were also a little surprised, and among this group of first-level superpowers, a second-level superpower suddenly appeared, which was like a lion breaking into a flock of sheep. This is also true. The first round of melee with hundreds of people ended in just half an hour. Li Qingji, the champion of Qinghai province, finally advanced to the second stage of the competition with an impressive result of defeating 36 people in a row. 36 people. Xu Jingming, as an S-level awakened person, I don't know if your results in the first stage can surpass mine. After stepping off the ring, Li Qingji did not forget to show off in front of Xu Jingming. This guy is hopeless. Lu Wentao couldn't help but caress his forehead as he watched Li Qingji leave. I have seen people who seek death, but I have never seen people who seek death so thoroughly. Xu Jingming himself didn't react much to such a show-off. In his opinion, Li Qingji's behavior was as childish as a child's. President, Li Qingji has broken through to the second level. Should we make him the first target? Auditorium, someone in the Meteor Club asked. Xu Jingming, who has S-level powers, is their first target, but the level of the powers is one thing, breakthrough speed is also another indicator that needs to be considered. Li Qingji was the first to break through the second level before Xu Jingming. It already has the qualifications to be listed as the primary absorption target. Need not. President Wu Yuan shook his head and said with a smile, Xu Jingming is not just a first-level leader. Oh. President, do you have inside information? The girl who spoke earlier lit up. It's not considered inside information. I saw it with my own eyes. Wu Yuan shook his head without explaining much. I remembered the scene I saw in my combat skills library in the early morning a few days ago. That thunder, which was like divine punishment, was simply not comparable to someone like Li Qingji. You'll find out later anyway, don't be too anxious. President Wu Yuan smiled. The first round of the first phase of the freshman competition is over, and the members for the second round are now drawn. The medical team guarding the arena quickly took action and took away the freshmen who were seriously injured and unable to move. The artificial intelligence EVA started the second round of personnel selection. Buzz. 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 Hundreds of light beams appeared one after another among the crowd of freshmen in the open space, and Xu Jingming was enveloped by one of the light beams. Among the four, he was the only one selected. Luckily, it was my turn in the second round. Xu Jingming smiled slightly, pulled out the dark cloud gale spear from behind and held it in his hand. Classmate Xu, come on. Although Xu Jingming's crushing was a foregone conclusion, Song Qiuyun and Qi Dongxia still cheered with smiles. Brother Ming, let that guy Li Qingji see how powerful you are. Lu Wentao was also a little excited. Good. Xu Jingming nodded and followed the others onto the ring. Fuck. It's Xu Jingming. Why are you so unlucky to be in the same round as him? It's over now. One promotion spot has been taken away. Now we can only fight for the remaining 4 spots. It's okay, it's not unlucky. It's miserable to be in the same round as Li Qingji just now. Although Xu Jingming has almost disappeared since a month and a half ago, but the freshmen were still quite afraid of this Jiangnan province champion who broke the boxing power record, completely crushed Lei Zhou, and had S-level powers, so, after getting into the ring. You think it will be okay if you stand far away? You are naive. Xu Jingming shook his head, and there was a vague fighting spirit in his cold and clear eyes. Is that the new disciple Dean Yang accepted some time ago? That's right, that's him, the awakener of the S-class lightning-type purple sky thunder. The momentum looks pretty good, very powerful. On the rostrum, the dean and teachers were also very concerned about Xu Jingming, who had awakened S-level powers. When they saw each other appear on the ring, they started talking. I heard that he was just an awakened person before he entered the school. He was promoted to the first level in just over a month after entering the school. This speed of cultivation is really terrifying. Indeed, if the gap before was not too big, he might have entered the second level like Li Qingji. Yeah, This aura is. High-level superpowers with strong mental power. At close range, one can sense the level of low-level superpowers with just one glance. Xu Jingming is now about 200 to 300 meters away from them, and he needs to deliberately use his mental power to sense the level. However, the teachers didn't know and were shocked when they felt it. Xu Jingming's level has reached an astonishing second level. What's going on? Why has Xu Jingming's level improved so much? A teacher holding a teacup almost spit out the tea in his mouth after sensing the level. The other deans and teachers also looked shocked. Lao Yang, he didn't even say anything about such important news in advance. He really managed to hide it. Dean's son couldn't help but be shocked. Just when the teachers on the podium were shocked by Xu Jingming's grade, on the ring, the energy defense shield was raised, and the voice of artificial intelligence Eva also sounded simultaneously. Everyone on the stage participating in the second round of competition, please be prepared. 3, 2, 1, go. Same as last round, the moment the game started, the freshmen on the stage burst out with their own powers and auras. Sure enough, compared to fighting ferocious beasts, I still prefer fighting with humans. Feeling the various powers and energy fluctuations surging around him, Xu Jingming, who was full of fighting spirit, raised the corners of his mouth slightly. Purple sky divine thunder. Boom. Accompanied by the dull sound of thunder, blue-purple thunder containing the vast original aura bloomed. At the same time, an aura that far surpassed all the freshmen in the ring suddenly burst out from Xu Jingming. Chapter 98 1 vs 102. How are you going to make a comeback? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Boom. The aura belonging to a second-level high-level superpower burst out in the wide arena. The strong sense of oppression caused the movements of those fighting in the ring to freeze immediately. Is this the breath of a second-level, high-level superpower? A new student swallowed hard and subconsciously looked towards the source of the breath. Then he saw Xu Jingming, holding a dark golden spear in his hand, with thunder and lightning lingering all over his body, standing there like a thunder god. It's Xu Jingming. He is actually a second-level high-level superpower. At this moment, the freshmen on the ring were all shocked. Li Chengzhi's second level is already amazing enough, but in the blink of an eye, an even more perverted second-level high-level superpower appeared. How can others play with this? Among them, some freshmen who are only in the middle of the first level have some doubts about life. Am I participating in the freshman competition? We are both freshmen. How come you are more than one level higher than me? Because of Xu Jingming's sudden burst of breath, the freshmen who were originally fighting fiercely in the ring suddenly fell into doubt about life at the same time. In fact, not only the freshmen on the stage were doubting life, but even the old students in the audience were a little confused. What the hell? Second-level promotion. Is this the strength a freshman should have? I tolerated the second-level lower level. Why is there a second-level upper level now? Nima, how can you make me, a junior who has just entered the second level, feel so embarrassed? Especially the seniors and sisters who took 2 or 3 years to reach the second level were on the verge of tears. It feels like all these years have been spent on dogs. Second level upper level. Meteor Society, the girl who spoke earlier was also shocked, and then she immediately reacted and looked at President Wu Yuan. President, you already knew this? President Wu Yuan nodded and said with a smile, do you see Xu Jingming's potential now? Yes. Xu Jingming is still our first target to attract, and we will recruit according to the original plan after the freshman competition. The girl nodded heavily. A corner of the auditorium, the white-haired girl Jiang Chuxian looked at the tall figure on the ring, and her beautiful eyes lit up. As expected, it's you, senior. No, that's not right, you should be called junior. You actually lied to me for so long. No, I have to go find him later. Thinking of seeing Xu Jingming again later, a beautiful smile appeared on Jiang Chuxian's pretty face. Second level up. Looking at the tall figure holding a spear in the ring, Li Chengzhi looked very ugly. Originally, he wanted to use his second level lower level strength to crush Xu Jingming, then he becomes famous throughout the school by using the reputation of his opponent as an S-class superpower. Maybe the school can also upgrade its authority to S level. But now the strength that the other party has exploded has made him completely stop thinking about it. However, after seeing a thin figure on the ring, Li Chengzhi's eyes suddenly lit up. Xu Jingming, if it were another round, you would definitely win, but that guy is actually in the second round too. Let me see what you do later. Li Chengzhi had an extremely relaxed smile on his face, as if with that person, Xu Jingming would definitely lose. Including me, there are 103 freshmen in this round. In that case, let's push all the way through. On the ring, Xu Jingming held a spear in his hand and was preparing to attack. Suddenly, a loud voice sounded from the ring. If we let him break through one by one, we will all be kicked out. In this case, why don't we join forces and eliminate Xu Jingming first? This was a magnetic male voice that sounded out of nowhere. This voice was full of bewitching power, and the suggestions in the words made the eyes of the freshmen who were originally a little dazed light up slightly, and they were very moved. The voice has strong bewitching power. Is he a spiritual superpower? Xu Jingming frowned, keenly aware that something was wrong with the voice. At this moment, the male voice sounded again. There are a total of 103 of us present, excluding Xu Jingming. There are still 102 of us. Even if Xu Jingming is a second-level high-level superpower, 102 versus 1, we will still have to kill him. In addition, my name is Shi Liao, I have spiritual A-level powers, and I have gathered almost 20 people. As long as the rest of you listen to my command, I guarantee that I will definitely take down Xu Jingming at the minimum cost. You must think clearly, defeating an S-class superpower is not an opportunity that comes often. After saying this, Xu Jingming clearly noticed that the eyes of the freshmen around him were slightly red. The eyes looking at him were filled with burning fighting intent. If you don't fight, you're just waiting to be kicked out. If you fight, you might still have a chance. Fuck you, I did it. You may only have this once-in-a-lifetime chance to defeat an S-class superpower. I did it too. Shi Liao, tell me what we should do. Under the spell of Shi Liao's voice, on the stage, all the freshmen except Xu Jingming actually united together. Hey, there's something about this Shi Liao. He really unites the freshmen. Xu Jingming is in a bit of trouble now. I'm afraid he will overturn this round. On the podium, all the teachers were a little surprised. I originally thought that Xu Jingming, who was on the second level, could advance at will in this first stage of the competition, but who knew that such an accident would happen midway? In addition, many teachers looked at a middle-aged man with envy. This middle-aged man is Song Qiuyun, the dean of the Tactics Academy, and Shi Liao is the disciple he accepted some time ago. Xiao Liao, this is just luck, don't take it seriously. Song Qiuyun, the dean of the Tactics Academy, said with a smile. This was partly out of humility, and partly because Shi Liao was lucky. As long as Xu Jingming is not an S-level superpower, he does not burst out with the aura of a second-level high-level superpower. It is impossible for Shi Liao to bring other freshmen to the same front so easily. Luck can be considered a part of strength, but Xu Jingming is in a terrible situation. If the S-level awakened ones can't even pass the first stage of the freshman competition, then the joke might be too big. A teacher hesitated. If there were just over 100 ferocious beasts in the arena, it would be easy to deal with them, but now there are more than 100 superpowers in the arena. Enhanced, elemental, auxiliary, spiritual, all types of abilities are available. And these people are also the proud ones from all over the world. Now that they are united together, with Shi Liao as the commander, they can be regarded as a small war group with almost no shortcomings. For such a 100-man battle group, it would be easy to capture a second-level high-level superpower. Of course, Xu Jingming is not an ordinary second-level high-level superpower. Next, let's see which side is better. When the deans and teachers were talking to each other on the rostrum, Xu Jingming finally used his powerful mental power to find the source of the sound hundreds of meters away. This is a young man with a slim build, even less than 1.7 meters tall, and a very handsome appearance. He was wearing a black suit and did not carry any weapons, but there were more than a dozen figures. Male or female, with powerful auras around him, guarding him. Shi Liao, an A-level spiritual power user, is a bit interesting. Xu Jingming narrowed his eyes. It is not easy for Shi Liao to be able to bring other freshmen together so quickly. Xu Jingming, if you find me and kill me before I say the second sentence, you may still be able to break the situation. But now everyone has decided to follow my arrangements, and you will never have a chance again. Seemingly noticing Xu Jingming's gaze, Shi Liao raised his head slightly, a smile appearing on his delicate face. One person versus 102 people, how are you going to make a comeback? Comeback? Why do you think I'm at a disadvantage? Xu Jingming raised his eyebrows slightly, and a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. Dark Cloud's blast gun was lightly inserted into the ground, and then he held it in the air with his strong right hand. Thunder spear, that endless blue-purple thunder was gathering towards the palm of his hand, and the shape of a thunder spear gradually emerged. Chapter 99. No matter how many ants there are, they can't kill the dragon. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The melee superpowers are on top, the long-range superpowers are attacking directly, and the auxiliary superpowers are increasing their status. Seeing Xu Jingming starting to focus his attack, Shi Liao quickly gave instructions. In fact, the best way to command is to divide these 100 people into 5 groups of 20 people based on their abilities. Then he launched a continuous attack on Xu Jingming in the form of a will battle, but after all, this is a team that has just been integrated, and there is no way to achieve such precise command. You can only let them swarm according to the type of superpower. A chance to defeat an S-class superpower. Charge, charge. What about S-class superpowers? Today is the moment to knock you off the altar. Except for the dozen or so superpowers guarding Shi Liao, the rest of them all attacked Xu Jingming at the same time. Then, an extremely rare scene happened in the ring. More than 80 superpowers launched various attacks on one person at the same time. Boom! From behind, scorching fireballs and wind blades that seemed to split the air struck Xu Jingming. In front, a superpower user holding a weapon and using enhanced superpowers excitedly charged towards Xu Jingming. In addition, there are all kinds of lights blooming on this group of people. That's the enhanced state imposed by auxiliary superpowers. Xu Jingming, who was condensing the thunder spears, suddenly felt his body sink and his thinking became slower. Even the speed of condensation of the thunder spear became slower. Is it a negative status imposed by the auxiliary superpower? Looking at the crowd of superpowers charging towards him in front of him, Xu Jingming narrowed his eyes. Unfortunately, it doesn't have much effect on me. The thunder spear in his right hand has finally been condensed. On the surface of the thunder spear, thunder seemed to be liquefied, crackling and exuding terrifying power. It's Xu Jingming's A-level combat skill, Thunder Spear. Quickly organize a defense. Seeing Xu Jingming's thunder spears gathering in the distance, Shi Liao quickly roared. The superpowers guarding him quickly formed a human wall in front of Shi Liao. The leader is a first-level high-level superpower who possesses the elemental earth type A superpower. Xu Jingming, I advise you not to think about dealing with me, but deal with the enemies around you first. Being protected by everyone, Shi Liao, who felt very safe, shouted loudly. The new superpowers were at least 50 meters away from Xu Jingming. These are just first-level melee superpowers. It will take at least 2 or 3 seconds for a person with a level 1 melee ability to charge in front of Xu Jingming. But Xu Jingming found that his current situation was still dangerous, and the distance between the superpowers and Xu Jingming continued to shrink. There were various elemental energy attacks passing through the air. Under this situation, Shi Liao did not think that Xu Jingming's thunder spear would shoot at him first. However, facing Shi Liao's threat, the tall and slender figure hundreds of meters away did not waver at all. Then the strong right hand holding the thunder spear suddenly exerted force. Bang! Accompanied by a harsh explosion, the thunder spear shot towards here like lightning. Is this a sonic boom? Shi Liao was slightly startled and had not yet reacted. There was a loud bang. It was the thunder spear that hit that huge wall. Shi Liao had high hopes for a thick wall that was harder than E-grade alloy. Under the powerful impact of the thunder spear, it exploded like paper. Under the impact of the broken earth, several nearby superpower users were directly hit with bloody heads. However, this is not over yet. Buzz, the thunder on the thunder spear suddenly became violent and the light was bright. Not good. It's going to explode. Shi Liao looked horrified, and the impact of the light was so terrifying. Just when he was feeling desperate, a transparent energy defense shield appeared on everyone. At the same time, the voice of artificial intelligence Eva came to my ears. Danger! Danger! An unstoppable energy impact is detected, life is threatened, and the energy defense network is automatically activated. Boom. It was at this moment that the thunder spear exploded. Along with the terrifying energy fluctuations, the ground trembled, and a thunderous mushroom cloud rose in place. What's this? What the hell? Can you believe it, I actually saw a mushroom cloud on the ring. Isn't Shi Liao and the others dead? From Xu Jingming throwing the thunder spear to the explosion of the thunder spear, it happened in an instant. At this time, the new superpowers had not yet charged within 20 meters of Xu Jingming. After noticing the movement, he subconsciously looked back. Then I saw a shocking scene. Only Shi Liao and others were seen hundreds of meters away. Except for Shi Liao and others who were protected by energy shields, the surrounding ground seemed to have been plowed by missiles, with holes everywhere. There are still residual thunder and arcs flashing and jumping inside. I regret to inform you that you have been eliminated by Xu Jingming. Hearing the voice ringing in his ears, Shi Liao was stunned. Unexpectedly, with just one combat skill, Xu Jingming eliminated all of his group. This power is really too powerful. Subconsciously, Shi Liao felt a little regretful. If he didn't mess with Xu Jingming, he would definitely be able to advance with his own strength. Now he was eliminated without defeating even one enemy, and he had no chance to enter the second stage of the freshman competition. Don't worry about me, keep attacking. Shi Liao shouted. Although their group was eliminated, there were still more than 80 freshmen on the field. They were still a force that could not be ignored. Moreover, after consuming so much time, the long-range attacks of the superpowers had already arrived. Shi Liao subconsciously looked forward. Rumble. Crackling. Flames, lightning, wind blades, and all kinds of elemental attacks exploded. Sure enough, Xu Jingming's figure had been completely engulfed by all kinds of elemental attacks. Even if I am eliminated, I will drag you along. Shi Liao snorted coldly. The result of 1-for-1 was acceptable. However, at this moment, a deep voice sounded from the front. No matter how many ants there are, they can't bite the dragon to death. Your efforts will eventually be in vain. Crackling. Accompanied by the sound of powerful thunder, in the shocked eyes of Shi Liao and the new students around him, Xu Jingming's tall and strong figure stepped out of the flames and lightning. He was holding a dark golden spear, and the surrounding blue and purple thunder was diffused, forming a dense electric net. All the flames, thunder, and even wind blades were blocked outside. Not only could they not cause any harm to him, but they seemed to be a foil, giving him an unparalleled sense of strength. Simple use of superpowers can isolate all elemental energy attacks. How is it possible? Shi Liao's pupils suddenly shrank to the size of a needle tip. If Xu Jingming used a powerful combat skill to isolate all attacks, he might be able to accept it, but this is obviously the basic use of superpowers that all elemental superpowers will use. However, even so, it still gives people a sense of despair that cannot be broken through. Is this an S-level superpower? Shi Liao felt a sense of powerlessness in his heart. Even though he united all the superpowers, in the end, he was still just an ant in the eyes of others. Xu Jingming's terrifying performance also caused an uproar among the teachers and the audience. Chapter 100 Crush. Promotion completed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Holy shit. What a terrifying thunder. Other people's elemental attacks are completely ineffective. Is this the power of S-level powers? It's outrageous. More than 100 people can't even put any pressure on one person. Speaking of which, isn't the power of this A-level combat skill Thunder Spear too great? After Shi Liao organized the freshmen together, the old students in the audience thought things would develop differently, but Xu Jingming's series of actions hit them hard in the face. Some people with lightning abilities who also learned the A-level combat skill, Thunder Spear, were even more surprised to find out, the power of Xu Jingming's Thunder Spear is outrageously powerful. It's as if the Thunder Spear they learned was fake. I knew he would be fine, senior. Looking at the tall figure on the ring, the white-haired girl Jiang Chushuan's beautiful eyes were shining, and she didn't even notice that she was called by the wrong name. Having seen Xu Jingming's full strength, she naturally did not feel that these new students would pose any threat to Xu Jingming. Not only Jiang Chushuan had this idea, but Song Qiuyun on the playground also had the same idea. She saw her right hand crossing her chest, looking at Xu Jingming, who stepped out of the flames and thunder and lightning. There was a faint smile on the pretty and charming Guazi face. Just wanting to defeat Xu Jingming is so naive. On the contrary, the teachers on the podium exploded. Powerful Thunder Spear. The proficiency level has reached at least advanced level. When throwing the Thunder Spear, a sonic boom was generated, and the instantaneous speed definitely reached more than twice the speed of sound. His body is too powerful. I am extremely proficient in the use of lightning-type abilities. There is no gap in the simple thunder net. I must be practicing diligently. They are all experienced high-level superpowers. From just one thunder spear and one thunder net, they discovered that Xu Jingming was much more powerful than they imagined. For example, the A-level combat skill, Thunder Spear, it takes at least 3 or 4 years for ordinary superpowers to practice to an advanced level of proficiency. But Xu Jingming, who had only been in school for more than 2 months, had already mastered advanced proficiency. This was something they never expected. In addition, Xu Jingming's physical strength exceeded their expectations. He could actually hit twice the speed of sound with his bare hands. Genius. Absolute genius. This round of competition will not be a problem for him, because Dean Yangzhentian usually teaches Xu Jingming alone. Therefore, the only impression the teachers had on Xu Jingming was the words S-level awaken person, and they knew nothing about the rest. Even the opponent's second-level strength was only revealed just now, and the strength that Xu Jingming showed now had already surprised them, but Dean Yangzhentian was not here, so he couldn't get more information about Xu Jingming's key capabilities. Therefore, for Xu Jingming's full strength, they are like cats that smell fishy smell, but have no other way to understand. He had no choice but to turn his attention to the ring and continue to pay attention to the battle situation. Although Shi Liao shouted to attack again, but due to Xu Jingming's terrifying power and Shi Liao's elimination, his mental ability to enchant was ineffective. As a result, such a strange scene appeared on the stage. More than 80 people surrounded one person, but they all hesitated. Don't you dare. Then let me do it. Xu Jingming's eyes narrowed, and with a flash of lightning, the figure holding the spear disappeared instantly. Bang! When he appeared again, one person was already beaten away while screaming and vomiting blood. What a speed! I didn't even see how he did it. No, it's easier to be defeated if we are scattered. We must unite. The remaining freshmen reacted quickly and decided to join forces. The melee superpowers also attacked Xu Jingming with fierce expressions. That's what makes it interesting. Xu Jingming had a wanton smile on his face, not retreating but advancing. That tall and slender body just rushed into the crowd. Long-range elemental attacks are completely isolated by the thunder net surrounding the body, so there is no need to worry at all. The melee weapon attacks of the surrounding superpowers were all blocked by his spear. Clang! 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 A series of weapons clashed, and the dark cloud blast gun turned into a black phantom under Xu Jingming's dance, and every superpower who tried to fight Xu Jingming, whether using combat skills or ordinary slashing attacks, under the huge force transmitted from their own weapons, they had no resistance at all and were bombarded and flew backwards. Your slashing angle is wrong. Your speed is too slow. Your strength is too poor. No, too weak, too weak. Xu Jingming did not use any combat skills, and even the purple sky divine thunder was only used to defend against long-range attacks, but even so, the third level of the lightning immortal body gave him a powerful physique, coupled with the superb master-level marksmanship. None of these freshmen could fight with him a second time. Even if the other party has auxiliary powers that are constantly providing increases, the same thing will happen if you are still under the influence of negative status. So, Xu Jingming pushed forward all the way. In less than a minute, he was the only one left in the entire wide arena. Files. The 260-kilogram dark cloud blast gun hit the ground heavily, making a low roar, and the ground trembled slightly. Xu Jingming glanced around and saw hundreds of freshmen besides himself. Either he was seriously injured and fell to the ground, or he was protected by the defensive shield provided by Eva. Too weak. Although I had known that with my current strength, I would crush these freshmen, but what he didn't expect was that even if all the hundreds of freshmen united, he didn't even have the intensity to warm up. In response to this, some of the freshmen who were close to him were on the verge of tears. Good guy, you beat us like this and you still think we are weak. The second round of the first stage is over. The person who advanced is Xu Jingming, and the number of defeated people is 102, that the figure of artificial intelligence Eva is holographically projected into the mid-air of the ring. At the same time, a hesitant and cute expression appeared on the cute spherical body. The remaining 4 finalists are. Except for Xu Jingming, the other 102 people had 0 enemy hits and were unable to advance. As a result, the artificial intelligence Eva was unable to select the other 4 people. Except for Xu Jingming, who advanced, the other 102 people will be the contestants in the 11th round. 4 people will be selected from the rematch. On the rostrum, Song Qiuyun, the dean of the School of Elements, stood up at the right time and announced. At the same time, he cast a satisfied and appreciative glance at Xu Jingming. I have to say that this battle was exciting even for her as the dean. With the final result announced by Song Qiuyun, the old students in the surrounding audience suddenly started to discuss it heatedly. Crushing. Absolute crushing. This is the first time I've seen a freshman competition where only one person has advanced. Xu Jingming is really strong. Just wait, those clubs are going to have to beat their brains out in order to grab Xu Jingming. Anyone with a discerning eye can see that Xu Jingming didn't use all his strength in that battle just now. But even so, the opponent still crushed more than 100 people in less than a minute. Such a record has never happened before in the entire history of the establishment of Magic City Superpower University.